I stare at the screen, heart pounding. Who could this be? In our hectic lives, we barely pause for texts from people we know, let alone strangers dropping bombs like this. I rack my brain for recent fights or old grudges, but nothing clicks right away. That simple message pulls at something deep inside, a mix of confusion and raw emotion I can't shake. It hits different in a world full of quick digital trends, like those viral forgiveness stories popping up lately, where one reach out changes everything. Stick around as I unpack how this 30-second ping made me question my entire path and sparked a healing I never saw coming. That strange buzz on my phone lit up that morning with a buzz that cut through the noise of my routine. I glanced down, expecting another work alert or spam. Instead, those words stared back. "Hey, I forgive you." From an unknown number. My thumb hovered over the delete button, ready to swipe it away like I do with most junk. In a year like 2025, where text scams flood inboxes daily, who wouldn't? Why I almost deleted it right away. I figured it had to be a mistake, a wrong number meant for someone else. Or worse, one of those clever frauds we've all heard about. The Federal Trade Commission reported over 235,000 text scams in the first half of 2025 alone, with losses topping $342 million. Scammers love emotional hooks now, pretending to be old friends or family to pull you in. Fake alerts about accounts or emergencies trick people into clicking links that steal data. I get at least one shady message a week, from bogus delivery notices to bank warnings that scream fake. Doubt hit me hard. What if this led to a phishing trap? I pictured handing over my info to some crook halfway across the world. My habit of ignoring unknowns kept me safe before. I rarely even opened them. But this one felt off, too personal to trash without a second look. A tiny spark of curiosity nudged me. Who sends forgiveness out of nowhere? Against my better judgment, I paused. That pull went out and I kept staring, heart racing just a bit. What harm in reading it twice? Little did I know that choice cracked open everything. Flashbacks to old regrets I buried deep. That text lingered in my mind all day. It dragged me back to moments I had shoved away. Old pains surfaced, sharp and uninvited. I sat at my desk, phone in hand, as memories flooded in. One regret stood out clear. It involved a friend I lost touch with after a silly clash. The message felt like a key unlocking that door. What if this was no accident? My chest tightened as I let myself remember. The argument that still haunted me. 2 years back, my friend and I shared everything. Late night calls, shared dreams, the kind of bond that felt unbreakable. Then life hit them hard. They lost a family member suddenly, the grief swallowing them whole. Depression crept in next, turning bright days gray. I noticed the change, the way their texts slowed, their voice cracked on calls. But I pulled back, unsure how to help. One evening, tension boiled over into a pointless fight. We argued about plans for a trip we never took. Words flew sharp, born from their pain more than anything I said. They snapped under the weight. I reacted with frustration instead of patience. No one meant to hurt the other, it just happened in that raw moment. The call ended, abrupt silence after. I meant to fix it, sent a message the next day, but they didn't reply. Days turned to weeks. I lost their number in a phone reset, too stubborn or scared to track it down. Regret built slow, a quiet ache. Why didn't I reach out sooner, push past the awkwardness? I pictured them alone in that darkness, wondering if my silence made it worse. Nights I'd replay the fight, wishing I had listened deeper. That text now, it stirred it all up again, a chance to face what I buried, the reply that turned everything upside down. I hit send on my reply, fingers shaking a little. "I think you have the wrong person, but thanks, I guess." The words felt lame, but what else do you say to a ghost from your past? Minutes ticked by like hours, then my phone lit up again. No, I didn't. Those 3 words slammed into me, my breath caught. It had to be them. The friend I lost after that stupid fight. No way this was random. I typed back fast, asking who it was. Their response confirmed it. We both knew the silence between us had stretched too long. What started as a cautious exchange exploded into a flood of messages. Texts flew back and forth, raw and real. For the first time in years, I felt seen. Hours of talk that healed old wounds. We shifted to a call soon after. Voices cracked at first, awkward hellos giving way to the weight of unspoken years. Laughter broke the ice when we recalled old inside jokes, the silly ones from road trips and late nights. It pulled us back, reminded us of the good before the mess. But tears came next. They opened up about the darkness after our fight. The family loss hit them like a storm, grief twisting into depression that isolated them completely. They admitted the argument wasn't about me at all. It was their pain spilling over, a cry for help they couldn't voice. I shared my side too, the guilt that gnawed at me, how I replayed that call 100 times, wishing I'd stayed patient. The talk flowed like a river, honest and unfiltered. Revelations poured out, their struggle with therapy, the small wins that rebuilt their life bit by bit. I confessed how burying the regret held me back, kept me from deeper connections. We cried together over the lost time, but it felt cleansing, like washing away years of dust. Laughter mixed in again, lightening the load as we promised to do better. It was pure catharsis, that release of pent-up hurt turning into something warm and hopeful. In that moment, it played out like a scene from one of those feel-good movies, where two strangers, really old friends, find their way back through simple human kindness. No grand gestures, just words bridging the gap. We both grew from it. They found strength in forgiving. I am being forgiven. The call ended with plans to meet soon, but the real shift happened right there. Old wounds scarred over, not erased, but healed enough to move forward. That conversation lifted a weight I didn't know pressed so hard. what one message taught me about guilt and grace. That conversation with my old friend wrapped up late into the night, but the real lessons hit me the next day. Guilt had weighed me down for years, a silent shadow from that forgotten fight. Grace, though, it showed up in those simple texts, unexpected and freeing. One message flipped my understanding of both. It showed me how holding on hurts us all while letting go opens doors we never knew existed. I started seeing my life differently, lighter somehow. What if we all carried less baggage? That text didn't just mend one bridge, it reshaped how I view every strained connection, why we all need to let go sometimes. Letting go feels tough at first, but it transforms your mental health in ways you can't ignore. Recent studies back this up strong. For instance, research from 2025 shows forgiveness cuts depression symptoms by easing rumination, that endless loop of negative thoughts. One large study with over 4,500 people used simple workbooks to build forgiveness, and participants reported less anxiety and more hope. Outreach like that text plays a key role too. It sparks empathy and emotional healing, even lowering stress and improving sleep. I felt it personally. Before that message, grudges chained me. I replayed old arguments, letting guilt steal my peace. Now, I see grudges as heavy backpacks we lug around, slowing us down. Dropping them frees energy for real joy. Think of it like clearing a cluttered room, suddenly you breathe easier. This shift changed me. I reach out more, forgive faster. It reduces my own depression risk and builds stronger bonds. You deserve that lightness too. Imagine texting someone today, lifting their load and yours. The benefits ripple out, turning quiet pain into shared strength. Why wait? Grace starts with one step. Studies highlight physical perks too, like steadier heart rates from less resentment. No wonder mental health experts push forgiveness as a daily tool. It boosts self-esteem and life satisfaction, making every day feel brighter. For me, that one message proved it all. Guilt fades when grace steps in and we all win. How this changed my daily choices forever. That single text reshaped my world in ways I never expected. Before it arrived, I moved through days on autopilot, letting old hurts simmer without a second thought. Now every choice feels charged with purpose. I pick up my phone not just to scroll but to connect. Small decisions like who I text or how I respond carry real weight. Guilt no longer rules me. Instead, grace guides my steps. This shift started simple, but it snowballed into habits that strengthen my bonds and lift my mood. Recent 2025 research backs this up, showing how forgiveness cuts anxiety and boosts hope through everyday outreach. It activates empathy in the brain and drops stress hormones, making life feel lighter. I wake up eager to build on that foundation, turning one message into a lifetime of better choices. What if your next text does the same? Small steps to build better connections. I began by reaching out in quiet moments, like drafting a short note to someone from my past. Picture sitting with your coffee, phone in hand, and typing, "Hey, I forgive you for that old mix-up." No long explanations needed, just those words to clear the air. It mirrors what healed me, sparking replies that surprise you with warmth. Then weave in gratitude during talks, maybe ending a chat with, "Thanks for listening today, it means a lot." This simple habit shifts focus from grudges to positives, much like the reach steps experts recommend. Recall the hurt, empathize with their side, offer it as a gift, commit to moving on, and hold that peace. I tried it with a coworker after a tense meeting, and it eased our dynamic overnight. Add a quick call to a family member, sharing one good memory to bridge gaps. These actions build trust without fanfare, reducing rumination and fostering real closeness. Over time, they lower depression risks and improve sleep, as studies from this year confirm. Start small today and watch connections bloom. Your life holds that same potential for hope and renewal.